It's your boy, amateur pro home chef Nathanael Levinson, with another hot tip. Wicked, wicked. Hot tips, it's a hot tip. Oh, ah! So this little boombox here is a vacuum sealer. Basically, you put some stuff in a bag, and you open this thing up. It's got a little, it's basically like a printer. It's got some stuff like this. It's a specific material, so you can't just use like Ziploc bags, it doesn't work, right? It seals one end, then you put your food in it, you stick it in here, and it evacuates all the air, and now you've got some food sealed in a bag. Great, Nathaniel, so what? Why do I wanna, why would I do that? Well, vacuum sealing is really nice for a couple of reasons. One, it's super important for sous vide. Sous vide literally means under a vacuum. So sous vide cooking is where you vacuum seal ingredients and you put them in an immersion circulator bath for, you know, however long until they come to the proper temperature. It's a really good way of cooking meat because it brings it exactly to the right temperature. So if you want a medium rare steak, you sous vide it, bring it exactly to 135, and you sear it on both sides, and boom, you've got a perfectly medium rare steak every time. The other thing that's nice about vacuum sealing things is things will store longer, right? Remember, oxygen is the enemy of freshness. Oxygen, you get the air out of something, it's gonna keep longer. You can also do fermentation things in vacuum sealed bags. There's just a lot of different things you can do with a vacuum sealer. It's actually a really versatile tool. It is a little wonky. This one's gigantic, so you don't necessarily need to get one that's this big. But it also, it takes its own plastic bags, which is a little annoying, but they're not that expensive. So this is something, this is again, like an immersion circulator, this is something you do not need, but it's nice to have if you want to do a little bit more high-end cooking in terms of technique, right? Absolutely not necessary. But just like you can use a cooler for sous vide, you also don't necessarily need your vacuum sealer for sous vide. So what you can do is if you have these two ingredients, these two objects, you can make your own sous vide. Of course, it's not gonna be quite as good, it's not gonna be quite the same, but what you do is you put your food in the bag, push out all the air you can, leave yourself just a little bitty hole, right? So that the straw fits in, seal as much as you can, just suck as much air as you can out and seal it. And that's a good approximation of a vacuum seal. It's not the same, but it's not bad. So vacuum sealer, if you're planning on doing sous vide, I would recommend it. Again, they're not super duper expensive, but it does take up a lot of shelf space, so it's something to consider. It's not something you're going to use every day. So really, whether you need a vacuum sealer really depends on how into cooking you are, and I'm way into cooking, so I got a vacuum sealer. That's what I asked for Christmas, and I was a very happy boy. So until next time, I'm your boy, amateur pro home chef Nathanael Levinson, just losing all the atmosphere in this show.